If you do not have a lot of money, but you continue to get stressed out when you hear how important it is to invest, I'm here to show you a strategy that you can start today without that stress. And right here it is. All you need is $5 a day to start your portfolio, and you invest that $5 a day and you build your portfolio over time. Now, I'm not just going to sit here and tell you about it. No. I decided to do this myself. See, I've been investing $5 a day for the last 1 year and 9 months, and today I'm going to share with you my portfolio update and give you some examples of what this can grow into in the future. So I decided what I would do is I would put it into the S&P 500. That is the top 500 companies in America. I don't want to just invest into a single stock for this example. I want to invest in the entire spread. And then I scaled up. I decided to do that $5 a day into VOO. I decided to do another $5 a day into crypto because everybody was saying, well, crypto is so great. Why aren't you doing any crypto in your portfolio? So I decided yet another $5 a day into crypto. And starting this month, I now have a single stock. So I have it kind of all except for bonds, but who cares about that right now? We have the S&P 500, $5 a day. We have Ethereum, $5 a day. And we have a single stock that I'll reveal to you in just a moment, another $5 a day. So yes, I am now scaling up to $15 a day, but remember, it all starts with $5. If that's all you have, that's a great starting point. Here's the S&P 500. Don't worry about the 411.88 as of the recording of this video. That's how much it costs to buy one share. But remember, we're only going to buy a fractional share at $5 every day. And because I've been doing this for the last 1 year and 9 months, you can see that I am now up to 8.25 shares and a market value of $3,398. Now, that is what's wonderful about it is the fact that, I thought, okay, $5, is this really going to amount to much? But just to think about it, because this didn't make me think a whole lot. Like if I'm putting in like $1,000 or something more serious, that can potentially hurt, especially if it's not budgeted into your monthly budget. $5 a day, it's almost like skipping like an extra meal at McDonald's or a cup of coffee. And you put that $5, instead of buying a latte, I'm going to buy a share of stock. And just to think back now, I'm looking at a nice $3,000 in growth. But most importantly is my total return over that period of time. So as I'm putting that $5 a day every single day into this, my shares get up to 8.25. But most importantly, my return on that investment is 8.61%. That represents a total of $269. Now, that may not sound like a whole lot of money. And a lot of people will probably say, oh man, $5 a day, only $200. That's kind of lame. Focus on the 8.59%. That is the growth. But even at 8.6%, it's all about strength in numbers. See, over time, we're going to keep building this up. And ideally, as we get raises, as we fix our budget, as we pay off debt, that $5 a day, maybe that becomes $10 a day, $15, $20, $100 a day. And you keep growing because it's strength in numbers. Because let's say you had $1 million. Instead of only 8.26 shares at a market value of $3,000, we have like a lot more shares and it's worth $1 million. Well, 8.6% of $1 million is $86,000 in growth. To me, that's really good. And it's all a numbers game. More money you have, more opportunity for growth. If you look back on last month's update, take a look at this. So we had 7.93 shares. Now we're at 8.26 because we added more because we continue to invest. And we had a total return of $259 versus $269. Yes, it's only a $10 gain. But remember, it's about the long game, and I'll share with you why that's so critical in just a moment. The other thing to think about is because we do this every single day, we take advantage of the highs and the lows. Do you remember when I said the price was, it was like $411 for one share? Take a look at this. On September 7th, I did a purchase. Remember, I do $7 a day because I'm accounting for the weekend when the market is closed. So it does average out to $5 a day. But look at the average price. Filled quantity is at $409.05. That is on September 7th. If we come back down here to, let's say, August 4th, I'll click on that. And now look, it filled a quantity at $415. You're going to get the highs, you're going to get the lows, but your average cost is going to continue to pan out. So when the market goes down and things aren't looking good, you're taking advantage. You're actually getting a discount. Because at this point in the game, my friends, it's about share accumulation. It's not about making money yet. Look at this. 1 year ago, on September 12th, 2022, I filled my order for only $377. You'll remember 2022 was a down year in the market. The market actually returned negative that particular year. So I got a great discount at $377 per share. That means my $5 got me more of that fractional share than it does today. So that's the key. That's the win. And that's the update on VOO. But it's not good news when it comes down to Ethereum. So I have a question for you guys. Do you feel that like cryptocurrency is worth it to invest $5 a day? Or do you think crypto is dumb and you should just focus on stocks? I would love to know your opinion below in the comments. Drop it down there. Let's have a discussion. For those of you that don't like crypto, you're gonna use this as some of your ammo. So here's my Ethereum update, $5 a day. Beautiful thing is I've racked up to a total of 1.74 Ethereum. Now, one Ethereum goes for a price of $1,559. That's a lot of money. But look at my value. It's only a sad $2,720, which means I'm down. I've actually lost money in this investment. That sucks. Let's take a look at it. Total return is $267. You can see it's actually moving around quite a bit at 8.94% down. That wasn't the case last month. No. Look at last month. We were actually positive on Ethereum by $200. But remember, that's the thing with cryptocurrency. That is like a wild roller coaster. There's going to be like months and days that you're like flying high and you think crypto is the next way you're going to become a millionaire. And then there's another month where you feel like you've completely gambled your money away and it's worth absolutely nothing. And I know that because back in 2017, I had a little bit of a crypto fun run and it was not a good experience. I sold all of my coin shares tokens of Ethereum as well as Litecoin back then, as well as a little bit of Bitcoin. And that was back in 2017. Now, if I would have held on to that, in 2021, I would have had so much money, but I was afraid and I sold out. So that's the key here. I'm not actually going to be afraid of this loss of $268 because you never know what's going to happen 5, 10, 15 years from now. Now, I'm going to reveal to you what I've been doing. I actually added a single stock into my $5 a day investment challenge. And that's the key. That's the thing to really think about is you got to come up with a consistent plan. There's a lot of people that reach out and they get worried when the markets go down. Let's say VOO or whatever you're investing in drops. So if I'm negative on VOO, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to invest $5 a day. If I'm up $1 million, I'm going to invest $5 a day. I'm going to stay consistent with this particular plan. Now, transparently, I have other investments going on too, but this one is to help inspire people that are just getting started, to give you a little bit of, hey, you don't need to save up $25,000. You don't need to go and hope that you have $1 million in the bank account. Just start with something small and start building yourself up. Then, once you make more money, then you can scale up, and that should be your goal. Have a look at my favorite NerdWallet compound interest calculator. Take a look here. So let's say you do $5 a day or $155 a month. Over the next 30 years, your balance will come to $182,445. That isn't a whole lot of money, but that's assuming that you're only doing $5 a day for the next 30 years. The goal is you're going to scale that up. And let's say you can scale that up now. Let's say you can do like $30 a day. That paints a big picture. Let me show you what I mean by that. Now, I'm doing 7% rate of return because I'm basing it on inflation. 10% is the average market return over the last 100 years, but I'm going to lower that down because we have to factor in inflation, and the inflation will continue to grow over time. So if we increase this from $5 a day to $30 a day, that gives us about $900 a month. Let's say you start that. What a different picture we paint. $900 a month for the next 30 years. Look at that. Oh my gosh, $1.053 million. What a growth. What a piece of growth that is just by making a slight adjustment. So even if you start out with $5 and you eventually scale it up, the goal is to build yourself up to a portfolio. You'll notice that the blue line is flatter than the green line because you have compound interest working on your behalf. This is what the rich people don't want you to know. So in the spirit of growing and continuing to grow my investments, now up to $15 a day because I'm going to add this particular stock. Now, I've decided to hop over to Webull investing app because to me it's a little bit easier to use, and some of you have been really not happy about Robinhood. So this $5 a day that you can set up as a recurring investment within Webull is Tesla. Because everybody's talking about Tesla and how great it is and all that. So I decided I'm going to do $5 a day every day into Tesla, and I started this back on August 30th. So August 30th until today, here's what we got going on. We actually have positivity of $3.05, which is 6.7%. And today it's up 8.5. Oh, now it's up 8. No, okay. It's all over the place. It's about 8.6% up on the day. So market value is $48. My total cost at $44.99. This is what Webull looks like. Very easy to set up the same thing with the $5 a day investment challenge. I just transfer my money into Webull, and make sure I have enough cash balance in there that it automatically pulls from my cash balance and invests for me automatically. I don't come into the app every day and manually buy Tesla. No. It does it automatically. That's the beauty of it. By the way, Webull does give you free stocks if you're interested. You don't have to, but if you want to, there is a link down in the description below. You and I both win when you sign up. So that's up to you. But Tesla is a wild child, and a lot of people talk about it, but the difference here with VOO is it's an ETF that holds the top 500 stocks. It basically spreads your money across all of those different companies. That's how an ETF works, based on the market cap percentage. An individual stock, you ride and die with the individual stock. And talk about putting all your eggs into one basket. This is kind of what happens when you do an individual stock. Right now, things look good. Yesterday, they were not so good. It was in a negative over the weekend on Tesla. It's wild. 8% up. So imagine, again, if we talk a little bit about these percentages and we talk about your growth, you're doing $5 a day over the long period of time. Okay, only 8.5% gives me $3.80 because I've just started investing in this and I don't have a whole lot of money invested, only $40. If I had $50,000 plugged into Tesla, I would have $4,270 of growth. That means I made an additional $4,000 because of investing into Tesla just today. Just on that day's P&L, I would have grown another $4,000 in one day. Strength in numbers is the key, and that's why it's important to start investing, come up with a plan that you can stick with even if you become desperate. If things look bad, if all of a sudden the stock market crashes tomorrow and everything goes to hell and you lose your job and everything bad happens, you got to be ready for the thunderstorms. And it's hard and it's scary. And I've been through those thunderstorms. I invested and lived through the 2008-2009 financial crisis. We dealt with it again in March of 2020 with the COVID pandemic. You got to be ready for the thunderstorms. If you're not ready for that yet, you need to evaluate, okay, how do I get to that point where I can feel good about investing every day or every month or every year without worrying about the issues, without worrying about the thunderstorms. If this video was helpful, give it a like and make sure you share it with other people. Check out this video next, and we'll see you on the next video.